Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got some great news. Divi have just released 5 split screen designs for Divi 5. Absolutely free to download. If we look down here, first thing you're going to want to do, I'll put this URL down below for anybody who wants to download any of these. We can preview them right here. And there's some quite nice little layouts there. To download them, if we roll down the page a little bit, got a table of contents here. Just click on the download 5. It'll take you down here. Now, it may ask you to put in your email. I'm already signed into my Elegant Themes account here. So I've just got the download files button. I'm going to left click on it. And it'll download the files to your default location. Great. Well, I've got one that I did already over here, hopefully. Yep, it's on this page. If I roll down to the bottom, it's just a little contact section with a live Google map here. A bit of contact information. As you can see, if you use Control, you can zoom in, zoom out. Really nice. Now, their original was actually using a map module that you needed to put a Google API key in, which is fine, but you have to register with Google and you have to put in a payment method. They won't necessarily charge you. So I'm using a little workaround using an iframe, and I'll show you how to do that so that you don't need to insert an API key. Well, let's go down to the dashboard now. To import these, once downloaded, go down to your downloads location. There's the file it's going to download. You need to extract it. It's a zip file, so I'm going to extract it here. And you'll find another little folder that it extracts unstyled. If we click on that, here we've got our little JSON files. And they correspond to the styles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or if you want to import all of them, you can use this one at the bottom here. And just to recap, you can preview whichever files you want here. This is the one I used today. I guess I'll use that one again. So what we need to do now is go down to our dashboard to import them. Go down to Divi, Divi Library. Here's the one I imported earlier. Let's just trash this one. I'm going to go up to the top now. I'm going to hit Import and Export. We want to import these files. So if I just click on that folder again. Number 2 is the one I want. I'm going to left click on it. I'm going to drag it over to where it says no file selected there and just release. Or you can hit choose file and browse to your download location that way if you want to. I'm not going to check import presets. I'm just going to hit import Divi builder layout. And there it is. It'll just reload. And there it is again, unstyled split section 2. Now, if we look over here, we can see that it's actually a section. It's not a row. It's not a module. It's not a page. So you can either go to a new page or an existing page. I've got my page open here. Let's edit with Divi. I'm going to roll down to the bottom. And we'll delete this section that I've got here and we'll start from scratch. Blue tab for a section. Okay, wherever you want to put yours, I'm going to hit add new section, little blue button here. Just left click. Don't want any of this. I want to go add from library. There it is in the library, unstyled split section 2. I'm just going to left click on it. I'm going to tell it to use this section. And it's pretty quick to import. And there it is right there. On the left-hand side, we've got a title, bit of text. Here we've got a few heading modules and some social media icons. And over here, we've got the actual Maps module itself. Now, as you can see, there's an error message. This page can't load Google Maps correctly. And the reason for that is there's no API key in there. This is a Maps module. If I just click on it, you can see it's a map module. If we go down to Map, this is where you need to put your API key in. So anybody that does want to use a Google API, go over to Google. You have to create an account, like I say, register, put in a payment method, and follow the prompts there. I'm actually going to do it without an API key, so I'm going to replace this module completely. It's a black tab for a module, so I'm going to trash that. I'm going to use a code module. And there's the code module right there. Fantastic. Okay, before we get the code we need to actually put a map in there, let's take a look over here. This is just a heading module. If you click on it, again, it's going to tell you what it is up here. Obviously put what you want in there. Contact us works. What we've got here is a little text module, and again, put in what you want there. That will work for me as well with the contact section. Down the bottom here, obviously you're going to want to put in your details. The easiest way is just to left click on each of these modules right there. It'll put the cursor by the number. Put your own number, whatever you want to put in there. Same for the email address. Again, just once you get off of the black tab there, left click, it'll put the cursor in there. I'll put in your own email, me@myemail.com, or whatever appropriate for you. Exactly the same for the address. Now here we got little social media icons. If we just click on this one, again, it's the black one to get into it. Social media icons. If we go under elements here, there's the 3 that they've got there. You want to go into each of these, just hit the little pencil. Where it says link down below here, you want to put the link of your Facebook, X or Instagram account. If we go back one, if you want to add a new one, best way to keep the styling is once back in content, go to elements again, just duplicate one that's there. It'll have the same styling. It's the 4th one down here. If we go into it, you can change the network up here. Funnily enough, where it says network, try a link down in there or whatever. If it puts in a background, you can just go in there, delete the background. Perfect. And again, of course, you want to put the correct link in there for your LinkedIn account or whatever it is you're putting in. Great. Well, let's move on to the map. Like I say, I'm cheating. I'm not using an API key. If you do, that's fine. To get the map that you want in there, go to Google Maps or just open Chrome or something like that and type Google Maps in there. Put in the address you want to go to. I'm just using the Empire State Building for an example today. You'll notice down here, we've got a button that says share. I'm going to left click on that. It's going to pop out this little box, embed a map. It gives us an iframe code here. I'm going to go ahead and hit copy HTML. It's going to copy that for us. Remember, we added a code module over here. If you have trouble finding it, we can go to wireframe mode right here. Code modules don't take up much space at all. We'll see it right here. So if we just click on it, we're in the code module. Flip back whenever you're ready. So under the content in the code module, under text, I'm going to put my cursor in there. Let's roll down to where we were working so you can see what's going to happen. Put my cursor in there, Control V to paste the code we've just copied, or right click and paste, however you want to do it. And let's put that live Google map in there. That's okay, but I want it to fill out the whole of the width and the whole of the height here. So we'll look down at this code here. We've got a width and a height right down here. I'll zoom in on this a little bit while I edit. Where it says 600 there, that's the actual width. So that's 600 pixels wide. I want it to be the full width of whatever container it's in on all devices. Where it says 600 there, I'm going to select the 600. Make sure you don't cut off the inverted commas there. I'm going to type in 100 and the percent sign. It's now the full width of the container that it's sitting in. But I also want it to be a lot deeper as well. Unfortunately, 100% won't work on height, or at least I haven't found a way to make it work. So I'm going to guess the deepest I want to go probably is about 1200 pixels. So that 450 right there in the height is the actual pixel value. So I'm going to pick 1200 pixels in there. That works for me. And we've got a live map here. We can zoom in, zoom out, do what you want to do with it there. And it's going to the bottom of our section there, just exactly what I wanted. And let's just check it on tablet and mobile. If you want to, you can have completely different codes for tablet and mobile. Once we click on the tablet, if you want to change the height of it on tablet, you can do so right here. Just paste that code back in. Control V again to paste. Of course, we want that 100%. I should have just copied the new code I put in there. And height-wise, well, let's take it down. Well, let's take it 1000 pixels perhaps on this. Whatever works for you, obviously. 1, 1, 2, 3. And it's not quite as deep there, but whatever works for you. And then, of course, on phone, they're going to stack on top of each other. There's a little contact. There's a map underneath. And again, if you want to change the height of it on mobile, just do exactly the same thing. Paste that code in there. Put in the height and widths you want. Great, let's go back to desktop. Okay, well, I want this to be a bit more in keeping with my site. I mean, that's great, that little color there, but I've been using this sort of blue and black gradient in my section, so I want to change it to that. So if we go into the section that we imported up here, blue tab to the section, background's always under content. There's the color they put in there. Let's get rid of that. It's disappeared because everything's white on white now. I'm going to put that same gradient I've been using for the rest of the page. Add background gradient. I'll leave the default blue in there. You can read that quite nicely. But the green, when I click on it, I'm going to change it to a black. Make sure everything's going to stand out. That's great. Let's make sure everything's going to stand out. That's fantastic. And this map as well, theirs was kind of dark in color. Not too much you can do with this, but you can play around with the filters and get some nice effects. So if we make sure we're in the code module again by clicking anywhere on it, we're in the code module, we can go to design, go down to filters. You can play with the hue and change the colors around. If you want it to be oversaturated, bring it over here. If you want it to be black and white, you can take the saturation all the way down. Like I say, just play with some of these filters. You can get some great effects. But pretty much all I'm going to do is I'm going to roll down to where it says blend down here. And these are great for blending background colors with images and things. I think I'm going to use color dodge. And it turns it to that nice sort of blue color. Almost fits in more with our theme there. But that, of course, is entirely up to you. But do use these filters you can make. If I turn that back to normal again, you can use things like sepia to make it look like an old worldy map type thing. Play around, whatever works for you. Let's take that back. And put my color dodge back in there. Great. Well, let's preview this thing, make sure it's going to work. I'm going to save draft. We'll publish if you're ready. Let's preview the changes. Let's roll on down to the bottom again. There's our little map section. Contact us. There's the details. There's our live Google map. If I put my mouse over it, you've got to hold down your control key. If you don't and you try to start rolling, it'll tell you to use control and scroll. So if you hold down your control or command on a Mac, you can just roll in, zoom out, zoom in to your heart's content. And of course, anybody here can get directions and things like that. So it's really useful. So that's pretty much it. It's really easy. There's 5 of these different things. I just use that one with the map because a lot of people don't understand if you haven't got an API key, you can still use a live Google map. But that works for me, and we've got several others to choose from here. As I said before, I'll put this URL down below, and you can start integrating these into your site very easily. So once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Don't forget that Divi 5 is still in the beta stage. It's not released its final version yet. Although I'm working with it, mainly to familiarize myself with it, all my client sites I'm keeping on Divi 4, probably until the 5.01 release. But by then, I shall know exactly what I'm doing when I'm ready to pull the trigger. But Divi 5 seems absolutely awesome to me, and I really can't wait. I'm going to be doing all my sites in Divi 5 ASAP. So once again, this has been Jamie. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.